Hi everybody, this video is for any international students who are going to be studying in a country that is not in a second language. So they're not going to be using their first language to study in, but they're going to be using English as a second language to study and complete their course. So at the time of recording this video, it's now July, so you will have had your acceptance letter, you'll know which college that you're going to, and that's a big deal. So first of all, congratulations. It's absolutely brilliant that you are going to be studying and, traveling. It's an amazing, exciting thing that's going to happen to you. However, I do know from experience that one thing that's going to happen to you when you arrive, you get the plane to the UK, and you will find that the English language that you hear spoken around you is different from the English language that you have been practicing. So I know you have a good level of English already if you've been accepted into a university. You'll have a really high standard of academic English. It's just that is not the same type of English as is spoken on the streets and in the supermarkets by the community that you're now going to be within. And so time and time again, I have people saying to me, oh my God, I thought I was good at English and I don't understand. I don't understand what these people are saying. Don't panic. It's okay. There's ways to practice it now. When you get here, but also right away before you even travel. This summer, this is what you should be working on, understanding spoken English as it is said in the community to which you're traveling. So if you're traveling to Chicago to study, oops, I've got a pen on your wing. If you're traveling to Chicago, check out sources that have Chicago accents and North American accents in them. If you're traveling to England or even city by city, Oxford, I don't know, Glasgow in Scotland, wherever you're going, try to find a local radio show that or a local radio station that features this accent. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tune in to things that are already being published in the accent of the place that you are already traveling to. Okay, tip number two is to practice speaking English and have English conversations with experienced, and I hesitate to use the word native speaker, but absolutely people who speak English fluently. Okay, because what happens when you speak English fluently is you stop speaking it properly and you begin to like run your words together so they don't sound like individual words, they sound like kind of one or two words per sentence. You begin using phrasal verbs a lot. And this again for English learners can be really difficult to comprehend, to understand. And these two people, they are speaking informally to each other. So the majority of the language they are using has the words run together. It's absolutely peppered with phrasal verbs. There's lots and lots of phrasal verbs in it. And lastly, they may be speaking with some slang. Okay, so why is this important to you? If you are coming to the UK to study, don't you just need the terminology for your career? Absolutely not. No, this is your community. If you don't want to spend the next 4 years in student accommodation feeling lonely, this is the best way that you can practice your English. You want to be leaving in 4 years' time or 5 years' time with your English absolutely as good as it possibly can be. And that will involve not just speaking to other students who don't use English as their first language, but it involves speaking to local people, picking up the dialects, understanding what's happening in this fast street English. And that is an absolutely transferable skill. Just because you learn English or this kind of English in Manchester does not mean you won't understand it in other places. It means you will have trained your ear to understand it in different places. So you know, the next place your career takes you, you'll have this absolute head start for understanding your community. And if you don't make this effort, it can be lonely. It can be really, really lonely. So it's my top tip for you. Find local radio stations or perhaps even local TV and just begin cramming as much as possible the local accent, and especially when two people are having a conversation together in a way that you can perhaps play it back 2 times or 3 times and really kind of take it slowly to go through it and attempt to understand each component of the conversation. Okay, there's my tip. Hope it helps and good luck with your studies.